One of my mental illnesses is obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Um, it's a borderline disorder that borderline's obsessive compulsive. It is obsessive compulsive disorder, but mine's a borderline personality disorder that borderline's Tourette's. Um, and has to do with also, you know one of the biggest disability aspects of it is the dyslexia, which is very hard to deal with, and you're left feeling stupid at a very early age when you're probably not or when you don't have to be stupid at all, when that's not a stupid is not uh, uh, a standard under these mental illnesses. It's just a confliction, or I don't know a better word to describe it or whatever, but it's a confliction. Um, the thing about this is why I'm trying to mention this, is that, like, when I was growing up, I was basically constantly self aware, and that awareness was often um, a sad awareness where I would feel not good enough, and others would even obviously naturally treat me as different, and that is uh, hard to deal with, especially when you're cognizant enough to comprehend that they are treating you differently out of human nature. Uh, Actually, the nature of this universal nature. Um, all basic living creatures treat differences with adversity, because it's a survival instinct of um, a living animal of any type to snuff out difference, um, because it's easier to see difference as a threat, rather than to find out whether the difference is okay or not. But we as human beings are supposed to be an intelligent animal that can think beyond these instincts. Um, I wish I never had to have this comprehension. I wish I never had to think these things, but this has been a part of my life since as young as I can remember. So, I didn't ask to be obsessive compulsive. I didn't ask to have this obsessive compulsive personality disorder. But the wrongs and the discomforts isn't the reason why I wanted to talk about this. When I was young, this was a discomfort. This was a disability. This is continuously a disability that I would want to change. Medicine cannot change it. Psychiatric therapy can attempt to change it, but the ultimate factor at the end of the day is that the individual with the um, with these capacities to either not be able to control it, not be able to help it, and not being able to cope with it, and allowing it to ultimately run every single aspect of every single moment of every single day in their every single life. Okay, the only one we have. So um, this is definitely like not a full win in any sorts of a way. It's actually the individual with mental illness is actually a victim, a sad victim, really, because it's something that you cannot change, like the color of dark skin. You wish you could just outthink it. You wish you could have the ability to not even have to cope with it, because you don't feel it to even have to cope with it. It's a non-existent issue. But the fact is that these are existent issues, and it's, in my opinion, highly sad. The the reason why I really wanted to talk about this is because in my older age, and a lot of this is sparked from the pure fact that I was in special ed my entire life, that I had struggled with comprehension issues my entire life, that when I was young, the curriculum was just, not to be disrespectful, where obvious disrespect occurs, is that the curriculum is downright wrong and non-intelligent. There is no critical thinking in the public school curriculum in which I was involved in my entire life, up until the age I was 16, when I went to a trade school and got my GED, with hopes to not have to struggle, or possibly mitigate struggle. And so as I was growing up, these mental illnesses were a problem. But now, being older, being basically poor on basic amenities of life, which are offered in the present day, and the other things that we're able to attain in this present day, I'm poor, not rich. Rich in the soul, but monetarily, which is the money standard of today in our world as we know it, I am poor. Never really been rich at all. I was raised middle class below. My parents, if it wasn't for working at a mine, and that or other, there would be no middle class. Other as in step parents and adoptive parents. For the mine industry, the adoptive parents and the step parents, combined with my biological parents, are the only reason why I could say I've I was raised in middle class and below, depending on times of not having jobs, not having certain parents, and not having other things. But this is part of life. Well, anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that in my older age, my obsessive compulsive personality disorder has become, in one way, a ability for the fact that I am obsessive about learning rights, liberties, and freedoms, neverthelesser. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I've always had learning comprehension issues as a child, but now that I'm older, my obsessive compulsive personality disorder has led me to study day in, day out, obsessively, to the point that it's almost a detriment, if not an exact detriment on my life, based on the fact that the government is not operating the way it should, the way it's supposed to, or by law under a federal constitutional republic. Somehow a legal system has placed itself over top of the constitutional provision of a guarantee of a federal constitutional republic. So I really don't want to have to be obsessed about this, but my freedom is at stake, and the freedom of my neighbors are at stake. And I've seen injustice verily from the hands of public service employees that are supposed to be trustees, not beneficiaries of the public trust. In no shape or form were they to ever be able to benefit off the public trust. They're supposed to uphold this federal constitutional republic and guarantee and protect it for we the people who are the sole beneficiary. And my obsessive compulsive personality disorder has led me to seek safety in this knowledge of something I don't even want to have to deal with. I have so many other problems, basically mentally, and now in my older age physically, that I would rather be trying to prosper and make better and grow, instead of having to deal with these rights violations and the defense of these rights violations. This is a constant day in, day out struggle with me. I shouldn't have to be arguing with the government for rights and freedoms and the ability to not be harassed, threatened, and maliciously prosecuted by the government as the government may be, as the government as we know it. So I just wanted to talk to the camera today so that maybe some of you could comprehend some of this, what I'm going through, as far as being able to see the gaslight of a what is supposed to be a free nation of laws, backed up by a union of unionized states that were supposedly to seek honor in upholding the rights of the people in order to is it's actually the only thing that would make a nation and a union under a federal constitutional republic such as the United States is supposed to be great. If the United States had ever been great, or was ever great, or will ever be great, it would recognize the federal constitutional republic, the importance and the upholding of the United States Constitution, and the people, we the people that are so important. Without the people, there is nobody to write the Constitution. And then that Constitution is to be a foundation for the upholding of rights, which are our property, and the law under the Constitution, under the Bill of Rights within that Constitution. And we, the people, predate the Constitution, so we needed these rights and freedoms to be secure before we philosophize the foundation of writing such a constitution. So I don't know if I don't want to elaborate any more on that because that'll be too long, and this is already a 16-minute video. I'm not sure if most of you stayed for the entire video because a lot of people are reactive in thought, so they want almost like a sugar. They want to be entertained. They don't want to seek intelligence as much as they want to see shock and awe. They want to see fireworks and 3-point swishes. They want to see touchdowns and completed field goals. In seeking intelligence or having to listen to what is as boring as what seems to be a preach is not the focus of the trained human mind that is thinking reactive and not critically. But anyways, much love to you all. I know I don't got the best channel or content, but like, share, and subscribe if you like any part of whatever evidence you've seen on my channel, and like to seek justice, freedom, and liberty. Liberty is the ability to act without allowance, beyond allowance. So liberty is important to exercising rights. If you don't have the liberty to exercise a right, you will not have freedom. Freedom will not exist. And always remember, another thing about when I was young and had mental problems, they called me insubordinate. And as I grew older and learned more about rights and freedoms, I realized that insubordination is key to freedom, while compliance is against the very nature of freedom. And this is You Have Rights, Cops Have Duties. A reminder that we, the people of the nation, have rights, while they, the union agents, the trustees, the servants, have obligated duties. That they can't have rights, because any such right they would ever think that they could have was replaced by their duty, and they chose to swear that, or they chose to perform that role. We didn't force them to act in the capacity of government. The very act within the capacity of a governmental role is proof of the oath-bound service they are in view of performing. Thank you.